on your screen. He's going about 45 miles per hour, still kind of just going as he pleases through these intersections with no regard whatsoever. You saw that car there that stopped on the side and trying to keep the police officers.
All right, people.
Behind him.
Got ourselves a little primetime chase tonight. Black Dodge Charger.
And you're watching right now.
Where are we? Cortlandt Street, Alvarado Street, potentially downtown. We'll find out here in a moment.
And you never know if they want to
get all my devices up.
That unlocked door is yours. So
get the brakes on.
A stolen car in the downtown Los Angeles area. We
saw Gil Levis in the air. No Eliana just yet. We're on Pico
on 14th Street and Burlington Avenue.
That's right, sure. That's really good advice for anyone.
Relatively chill at the moment, but there are cops everywhere. I'm pretty sure we're in downtown. We're on 12th Street in Alvarado. That does sound like we're headed towards downtown. What's up? What's up, everyone? People starting to pile in here. Noti Gang, yes, sir.
Alvarado Terrace. He's going to come up to the major intersection here.
Coming to an intersection. There are cops all over the place.
But as I come out wide, we're going to continue forward on this pursuit. And you can see how
Dougie. We're dating now. 5 months, believe it or not. Greasy Salad says Bucks and Six. Smiley BWR. Noti Gang. Marimo Noti. A lot of Noti Gang. Eamon Ahmed. Gnarly Charlie. Not going to bed early tonight. No, we're not. Not when it's prime time here in LA with chases. Running. It really starting to pick up speed here. 55, 60 miles an hour.
Going relatively fast on the surface streets,
splitting cars, going through solid red lights like it's nothing.
If you were to come in
Putin walk. I don't know what that means, but I guess welcome in. DK-ology. What's up? 7 months. 7 months, huh? Dodge Charger, Black Dodge Charger here downtown. Night sun blasting him. We got Gil Levis in the air.
But has now spent a little bit of time here in this neighborhood. Seems to be weaving in and out of major streets and into residential streets.
That's why we're here, Club the Kid.
And again, running through stop signs. We've seen a number of stop sign violations here by this suspect.
Stop sign violations, red lights, downtown, stolen car. Another stolen car here downtown Los Angeles. Union and Olympic. Yeah, we're really in the thick of it downtown right now.
To the units that were behind it. We didn't hear.
Oh, sorry, I forgot to put the stars up.
Any other
got ourselves a little 3-star chase at the moment.
We're still waiting word on that. I can't tell you that.
Nothing from Eliana just yet, but we are downtown, so it shouldn't be all too long before all the other choppers get here. Gil Levis was overhead covering the end of another chase, so he was first on the scene because he was nearby. We're live on KTLA on the news TV as well.
And then finally the officers decided,
I think they have the 10 o'clock news here. 10:38 p.m. local. Pico and Constance. Oh yeah, now we're getting towards all those hotels.
Getting very dangerous, going 60 miles.
This does feel like a parking lot ending, doesn't it? There are a whole bunch of parking garages here. Stolen car, night sun being blasted on top of him. We've seen the parking garage dump the car Paul Walker Challenge route a couple of times here recently. I think you get rid of the aerial helicopters that way. He knows the night sun is on top of him. You name it. Yeah, we are way downtown.
And so many people injured.
The stream was a little laggy there for a second, but I think it's back.
It just makes the stakes so much higher when he's on these surface streets and you see him going on the other side of the road against traffic and blowing through all of those stop signs and stop lights.
MacArthur Park, we're at Olympic and Union.
It's just not something you expect to see. You're not anticipating something like this coming through.
There's so much crime downtown, man. Hard right turn there.
And to have it
if you ever load the Citizen app, there is just 50 yellow dots at downtown all times. I just can't even fathom.
And they may change lanes.
We're really picking up speed right now, 60 miles an hour.
So very dangerous on so many levels. Not only for pedestrians, but for
it is a Dodge Charger, believe it or not. Yep.
On these surface
this one's actually a Dodge Charger.
To move through this neighborhood, it looks like concentric circles in a sense, Gil.
Yes.
Hard right turn there is the LAPD cruisers right on his tail. Swaggy T, welcome back.
And he's hard on the gas, about 45, 50 miles an hour.
Other choppers are starting to arrive now.
You can see our speedometer there, which will give you a pretty accurate reading on the speed, but he's having to go into these intersections, many of them which are red lights, and blowing right through. Here's a green light he got right through.
Thank God. That's a big intersection too. Oh,
the
God.
officers have to deal with
What was that? Was that
cross-traffic
Pico?
as they follow this pursuit. They have to be very
Scary
cautious as well.
intersection there.
This driver just
Slooperman,
not
what's
caring
up?
what, is ahead of him.
Appreciate you,
and
9 months
those red
running.
lights.
It is
Could have a baby
terrifying
in that
to
time.
watch him go around in these circles and blow through those intersections and
Oh,
just,
but yeah.
you know,
I would
just
not
hope
recommend
that
this
nobody's in
particular
that
part of
intersection
downtown
or
LA. South
anybody's
Park's pretty
driving
nice.
across, that he would come contact to, but as he makes these circles in this
Get a
neighborhood,
little rough down there for
sometimes
sure.
we see these suspects do that because they are familiar
Stolen
with the neighborhood,
car.
or they're trying to get in touch
Now
with
on
somebody,
Burlington and
to
17th,
meet
still
them,
doing some loops
you know,
around the
get away,
downtown
whatever-
area, and there
whatever
are
it might be.
going to be
But
more and more cops.
again, we saw some 7 or 8 LAPD cruisers behind him. Obviously, we're on top of him here with the helicopter, and the night sun is on
Night
the
sun,
suspect as
drink.
well. There is no chance that this guy's going to get away, and it's just a matter of when.
Oh, don't say
he
that.
is at the right speed where
All he's gotta do is find the
officers
right
can
parking
do
garage.
a pit maneuver if they're given the authority to do so, or if they put a spike strip out to disable his car and the tires.
Yeah, they're in fact they're just talking about trying to get a spike strip into position. You know, the driver's being pretty predictable here, making those circles here in this area. So we might see a unit get in front of this driver and be able to put a spike strip out real quick. But the speeds are the critical factor here.
Yeah, a lot of officers in this area. Again, not just the handful of officers behind this suspect, but if you look at all of these adjacent streets, there are LAPD officers swarming the area.
God, look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I see 10 LAPD red and blues lit up chasing this car right now. 10.
Neighborhoods, very difficult to believe that, at some point somebody's not going to see this and either pull out in front of him or God forbid, walk out in front of him. I mean, it's frightening to see at night, especially. You do have the helicopter overhead with the night sun, which is an alert on some level to folks in the neighborhood. First and foremost, again, to stay inside and lock your doors and windows, but also to avoid the area in a car.
Cruising along.
You're in the neighborhood and you're moving through here.
People keep asking what happened to my wrist. I was driving my Dodge Charger and it just hasn't healed yet.
You don't know what direction he's going to go in. LAPD trying to maybe formulate a plan here to try and lay down a spike strip. This suspect was inclined early on to get on.
Yeah, we don't know. It could be over in 5 seconds. It could be over in 5 hours.
Of Los Angeles.
These are unpredictable.
And moved
We're relatively chill at the moment as an armada of LAPD surface units are in pursuit. We're still hovering around Venice Boulevard downtown.
Downtown LA area.
Night sun blasting him, stolen car, prime time.
On and off majors like Pico, and there you see.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Oh my God!
Saw what was coming, but Gil, so many times,
that was a close one.
Drivers don't see this, don't expect to see it.
That's through a stop sign. Every time you see a white line painted on the roads there, it's a stop sign.
They had that car coming the other opposite direction. I thought maybe they might collide. He's northbound and westbound. He's eastbound. He's every direction right now. But I have a little update for you guys. The dispatcher that's helping out the units on the ground here is
level 4 hype train. We've got 2.5 minutes left on that bitch.
Armed and dangerous. So
oh wow, armed and dangerous. That's no bueno.
Vehicle want for it as well. So we don't know exactly why they're calling that person armed and dangerous. We don't know if it was an actual carjacking that led to the vehicle being stolen or exactly what. We're going to work on getting that detail, but they are calling the suspect here armed and dangerous.
That is alarming. Already we have a suspect here who is willing to run at very high speeds with no regard whatsoever for the public that might be walking or driving.
Little fishtail there, huh? No, we're still 3 stars at the moment.
We are hearing again, to repeat what Gil just said, and just into our newsroom from dispatch, that this suspect is armed and dangerous. He's been in and out of these streets from 18th Street to 14th Street to 11th Place, Venice Boulevard, Burlington, Union Avenue, all over the place. If you're in this area, again, you hear that helicopter overhead and the sirens. Please stay indoors. Again, this suspect is armed and dangerous. Now, we do tend to see on occasion when these kind of chases come through people's neighborhoods, that they want to go out, that they want to take video, that they want to post it on social media. This is not the time to do this, people. This guy, again, is armed and dangerous in a stolen vehicle with at least,
97 Kel, 4 months and running.
And as
appreciate you. Welcome to Antarctica Nation.
Also, a lot of officers on other surface streets as well, waiting.
Yeah, and
the armed and dangerous pushes this close to a 4-star chase for sure.
Where the potential for danger intersection
kind of 4 stars is
where this driver's going to go next.
It's stolen. I'll give it 4.
It's been erratic,
but he's been relatively chill with his driving.
Difficult to predict.
Go 4 for the moment.
Many levels. Again,
armed and dangerous just change it. Meeks Millie, wander around. IZ Una drop, all y'all. Appreciate it.
Do authorities know who this person is?
Welcome to.
And therefore
I'll be sending your passport to Antarctica
or her
in the near future.
Or was some sort of crime committed?
Yeah, we should be. I don't know if we're next to LA Live, 15th Street in Figueroa. I think he needs to go south. If he's up on Venice, he needs to go south to get to LA Live. Is he going south?
Is armed and dangerous, which adds a level of intensity to this pursuit for authorities as they're dealing with a suspect now who is believed to potentially have a gun. Armed and dangerous is the belief for authorities at this point. And again, when they're pursuing somebody like this, you'll always assume the worst. But when you have concrete evidence or
looks like he's really picking up some speed there. Can we zoom in a little bit? There we go.
To that conclusion, certainly this person is indeed armed and dangerous and potentially either used the weapon or threatened to use the weapon in the commission of a crime leading up to this.
Whoa, really picking up speed. 80 miles an hour through an intersection right there. 80 plus.
For LAPD tonight.
It really is. Here goes a right-hand turn northbound.
Oh, real hard right-hand turn.
This driver really is all over the place. And, let me pull out the wide shot so you get an idea of how many units are in this pursuit. It makes more sense now that they said he's armed and dangerous. Might be ending right here. He's jumping out.
Whoa.
We got two.
Whoa, ejectocito.
2 passengers coming out.
Whoa, passengers got up and the car continues to go.
We're hearing that one is a female. Northbound and
just ejected 2 passengers out of the back seat there. They're in a foot pursuit. We're back on with the chase. But there are 10 LAPD red and blues that one of them's likely going to get out to get the passengers, I'd assume.
Again, we just saw that happen. 2 passengers, foot bailed, 1 female, 1 male. I'm sure that units are on them trying to get them into custody, but we're keeping our eyes on this guy, on the driver of this vehicle, of this stolen
little clown car action going on there.
Considered armed and dangerous, and now making his way again, blowing through another
solid red. Look how close that was. Do you see that car poking its head out? Another intersection here, 80 plus miles an hour. This guy has no intention whatsoever to stop.
Subsequent patrol cars behind him that are going to follow.
Yeah.
So here he is in this neighborhood making the rounds.
If he's ejecting the passengers like that, we're in for a long haul here.
Listening to the
that was ejectocito.
Female still running in an alley, a male passenger also on foot still. They are not in custody yet, but the officers that were in trail jumped out and were running after those 2.
No, if we do a drink when they say armed and dangerous, we'll be under the table. Stick with Night Sun.
For this driver, so 2 passengers.
We're down to 4 red and blues. You'll see it here in a second. 4 red and blues tailing the driver. I'm assuming a couple stayed behind to pursue the passengers who got out to run. Again, picking up big speeds here, 60 plus miles an hour, side streets. We're still downtown on Olympic. We've been hovering around the same area for the most part. Still no Staples Center, no LA Live or South Park. We're just north of it. We should be west now on Blaine Street and Olympic, but there's going to be buildings, parking garages. You would be seeing the towers like the JW Marriott and the Ritz would all be getting in the way here if we were far enough east.
There's 4 right now. The other ones, went on that foot chase, but now it looks like the driver's heading back towards that area where the foot chase started. So we'll see if that happens. But right now, Albany Street, and he's going to continue there. The night sunlight of the helicopter overhead, keeping a good eye on the vehicle, but here he goes, wrong side of the road, passing a car, but really desperate to get away.
Really picking up. Now 60 on the alleyway.
You know, so you know, it's like this cat and mouse chase that we keep on going around and around and around. Earlier,
back on Pico, yeah, same areas, man, same area. Oh, now we're down an alley.
In West LA, and then was on the eastbound 10.
Did we get another Night Sun reference there? I must have missed it.
Freeways from the 10 freeway to making his way to downtown LA, and then westbound on the 110 freeway, and then finally ended here on surface streets for the better part of this chase that we've been on the air.
Yeah, when we see a Jectocito with passengers like that, it's usually that the driver has no real intention to be pulling over anytime soon, guys. So we'll see this out. I don't know about pit maneuvers. There are just so many.
And put an end to this.
There are so many cars on the street. It's only 10:51. We're reaching prime time here.
Trying to get the right spot. You know,
spike strips are an option. If that's the deal with staying in the same area so much, is you can the cops will start parking the cars and waiting on street corners and go fishing with spike strips, because that like that for example, I don't know if there were spike strips out, but that was a LAPD officer that was blocking off the right to maybe force them left where there's spike strips at the end of the street. I'm just saying. I'm guessing. I'm doing my Tony Romo action right now. All right, not at the end of that street, but the more he stays in the area, the more LAPD officers will get there, and then the chances of a spike strip for sure. There's another one.
With an unsuspecting and innocent driver, they
where
they can.
And now they've got traffic blocked off there on Hoover and Washington.
That sort of thing. As the suspect is going through. But as you watch him for any length of time here, it's near impossible to try and predict whether he's going to turn left or right or what he's going to do. He's been in alleyways on majors and also on smaller, quieter residential streets throughout this period that started from what we
red light, solid red light.
10 freeway eastbound, moving toward.
I don't know what the goal of staying downtown is. You're not getting.
This is LAPD Pacific.
You're not pulling the garage, the parking garage option when you're being this heavily pursued. You can pull the parking garage Walker challenge if you're in tracking mode. We've seen that work many times. But I thought that was Staples Center for a second.
Patrol vehicles. Not only behind the suspect, but
I'm sure Eliana's live. It's just too risky to change it right now, guys, so we're going to go with Gil. If we get on a highway and we start driving around, then I'll try and make a switch to Eliana, but those are 30 to 45 seconds, which we can't afford to lose.
It's hard to predict at this point, and with the high speeds, very, very dangerous to try and...
all times of night. It don't matter when it is. This is Los Angeles. There can be a chase at any point in time. The news helicopters are up in the air between 9 and 11:30 for this exact reason. They're looking for news, and if they catch a chase, it will run the entire news for 2 hours, and that's where we're at right now.
Weaving in and out of these streets.
So the most likelihood timing of chases is between 9 and 11 a.m., let's call 4:30 to 6 p.m., and then 9:30 to 11:30 p.m. That's all the major news hours.
So here we are, and it is hard to watch this suspect make his way through this neighborhood and other neighborhoods.
Oh wow, solid red. Is so lucky that car perpendicular can see what's going on.
You're at the edge of your seat hoping that he doesn't hurt anybody.
Because someone's not going to be paying attention. They're going to be going through the green light because they see green light. Maybe they're on their phone. There's another red light. Someone could also be running a red light from the other side. That's how T-bones happen.
8th Street here, eastbound on 8th Street, but just as you were talking about maybe trying to get a spike strip in place, the driver took off northbound on Alvarado and just kind of left the area he was circling in there for quite some time. So now he's in a different
armed
area,
and dangerous, stolen Dodge Charger here.
Buildings, and you see him wrong side of the road there.
Wrong side of the road, wrong side of the road.
Turn green as he approached, and he might be going here southbound 110 freeway.
No, that looks like
this takes you onto the freeway.
No, that's a side street.
Definitely going to be going under the freeway. No, it's going to go back into downtown LA.
All right, so we're remaining on surface streets here. Again, this was on the 10 freeway for...
Still going, people. We are still engaged in a chase. Night Sun on. You can even see the little miniature Night Sun attached to my picture-in-pictures in the way, but you can see the damn red and blue. Now we're really starting to get downtown here, and the skyscrapers I'm talking about.
Decided he was going to make this a cat and mouse game on surface streets.
Good job by Gil Levis on the camera here.
moving into the downtown LA area now, where there's obviously a lot of cross traffic. You had the Laker-Clipper game tonight. That did get out some time ago. But again, a lot of people linger, and there are people spending time downtown after the game.
It's going to be really difficult for Gil in the helicopter to stay on top of this as we get closer to the stadium.
That could increase the level of danger for people.
The hotels, it's harder to follow.
Sky 5 when we're dealing with the skyscrapers. Gil, I know this is a challenge for you and for the pilot to try and keep an eye on what's happening here, but you almost have to anticipate sometimes.
Yeah, well, during the pursuit in the downtown LA area, just so you know, we have to fly really steep on the pursuit. We have to stay right over because of the tall buildings like you see there, just to keep track of it. So it is a little tricky, but now that he's in the downtown LA area, now we're seeing a lot more foot traffic out here, a lot more vehicles, like you were saying. The game
Pico and Holt
included a short time ago.
Southbound, we probably headed towards the arena now westbound. Okay.
So
if he stayed south, we were headed towards Staples Center.
And, making his way in the downtown area. And as you see, the LAPD is still in pursuit of this stolen car.
Is that the convention center?
Is considered armed and dangerous. And dangerous is exactly
that sure looked like the convention center, didn't it?
The moment we got on this pursuit. He has been, on the freeway.
We behind the convention center, up to 55 through a green light there.
Part of this pursuit at high speeds, oftentimes going through intersections. That one is a green light.
Yeah, we just went by convention center and Staples Center.
Going through intersections and blowing through red lights and stop signs as well in the residential areas. And we did see 2 passengers in the back. Foot bail. He stopped for a moment so that those 2 could get out, a female and a male. We're still waiting to see if they are in custody. We know that several
45 on this just basic ass road, Valencia and
with this car,
Venice,
stopped and tried to apprehend those 2 suspects. So here we are through the downtown LA area on Venice Boulevard.
Well, Mike and Sharon, I can
Whoa,
tell you
hard
that
swerve there.
One of the passengers that bailed out is a
cop on the side. Is that a spike strip?
Just a few minutes ago, the male was taken into custody. The female.
Oh, they got the passenger.
A spike strip. They tried.
Whoa! Stop! 2 spike strips. They just hit him with 2 spike strips right there. Oh, they had the whole road. They had the bus pulled over. The entire road was littered with spike strips. That was like a banana in Mario Kart, but the whole row of bananas when it goes.
It might be ending here.
Oh.
Yep. Another person bailed out.
Oh, another foot ejectocito. And look at him just trying to blend in on the side. Oh, wow, but the first LAPD cruiser pulled over. Now he's getting away. You have about 5 minutes left on the tires here before they go flat. I have to imagine at least 2 of those things got hit with a spike strip. That was a direct hit. Every time he turns, the air is just going out of there.
And this is in the
How many people are left in this fucking clown car? We've had 3 ejectocitos. This Dodge Charger is big, but it's not that big.
And I believe we have
so we had spike strip, ejectocito. The first two ejectocitos are in custody. Male and a female.
That they're still running or
he tried to go straight, just get rid of his stars.
Now we know there was at least 1 other passenger still in that car, along with the driver, as those 2 jumped out and the pursuit continued. At this point, we don't know how many more passengers might be in this car. You'd have to guess that if it's a smaller, compact car like this, 3 passengers tops. And
5 minutes. We're down to about 3-4 minutes before those tires start going flat. They are run flats. The spike strips are designed for slow release, people. They're not just instant pop. So 5 minutes, the air will slowly come out of those tires. Otherwise, they could just pop and the car goes crazy on the sidewalk and takes out innocents.
Let me come in tight on the car. Maybe you can have a better eye on this.
Every time you turn, though, it does expedite the deflation.
Yeah, he definitely lost a little control on the tail on that right-hand turn in just a short time ago. But it looks like maybe those passenger tires are still okay.
Yeah, it's hard to say. It's.
I'd be stunned if at least one of those is not influenced by a picture-perfect spike strip that was set up like hurdles on a track.
In Sky 5, as we track a stolen car and LAPD in pursuit.
50 miles an hour. It's still
30 minutes. and we've seen a suspect driving that law enforcement is deeming armed and dangerous.
67, 70.
We've seen 3 passengers jump out of this car on 2 separate occasions. There were 2 people that jumped out of the first stop, 1 person just a moment ago. How many more there might be, we don't know, but it's been a very dangerous pursuit, primarily now on surface streets and erratic driving.
Certainly, and we also found out that at this point, one of the passengers that foot bailed, a female, is still on the loose. They're still trying to locate her.
Oh wow! One ejectocito is still out there in the wild.
Male passenger, rather, that was in the car that also foot bailed with that female.
Olympic and LA Live Way, people. LA Live Way.
Attempt a spike strip. Just moments
ago. Well, we're really down. We are in the most prominent portion of downtown right now.
Was driving at very high speeds earlier. You're wondering if maybe it was successful because his driving has certainly changed, a little bit and has gone.
Whoa! He's going real tight, real quick there around that bend. Now we're on Figueroa and Olympic.
Here through Figueroa Street. And James M. Wood.
This is, you get off the train, you go to the game, you are right there. He is through the most popular part of downtown right now.
As he tries to follow this with those difficult to follow with the high-rise buildings in downtown Los Angeles.
Yeah, it definitely helps the night sunlight of the police overhead. He's going to come right under us here. He's westbound on 8th Street here, and you can see the pursuit coming right under us, but heading back towards the 110 freeway. This vehicle, the driver here, looks like he likes to stay around.
Look at this camera work by Gil.
Convention center, I should say.
You really get the A-team at this hour. Oh my God, that was an intersection. You really get the A-team.
And we'll see if
on all networks here, and they're really zoomed in, so just moving the camera just a smidget will make it jump, keeping this angle while being in a helicopter at the same time and directing the pilot where to go, because he's not watching the stream. It takes a lot, man. It's not easy. These LA really all-stars. LA photojournalists are all all-stars. Think of chefs in New Orleans, right? Chefs are the big celebrities down there. Helicopter pilots here in LA. Of course, you have Hollywood, duh. But they're our New Orleans chefs.
Night sun there. This is
Night sun.
A very difficult situation for this suspect to escape, but he is driving with reckless abandon through downtown Los Angeles on these surface streets, and it is a heart-stopping developments here every time he approaches an intersection. He's inclined to blow through red lights, and he's done so over a dozen times in 30 minutes or so.
Gil, are you hearing any more information about the other passengers that foot bailed? Are they in custody yet?
The initial male is in custody. The female that jumped out with that person, it sounds like they're still on the loose. The third one that got out looked like he surrendered right away. It looked like they got him into custody right away. It looked like it was a male. But so at this point, we're still westbound 8th Street. Here goes a right-hand turn northbound.
Hard right turn around a parked car there, waiting to turn himself.
LAPD right behind him. This driver knows he's not getting away from them. You got the night sunlight above, with the helicopter and the units behind. They're staying in tight. I'm thinking back at the beginning of this pursuit when we were first listening to it. Myself and Elizabeth Chapman on the assignment desk, we were hearing it I was actually hearing it on a surveillance channel. So they may have been surveilling.
Look at that night sun right on top. And then we got a fire truck we're going by
on the 10 freeway, and that's when the pursuit ended up taking place, when they tried to pull him over near downtown LA, and the driver took off on him.
Yeah, there was a little bit of on and off the freeway action.
Did they get the NPC?
As this thing moved eastbound,
somebody asked, did they get the NPC? The person that ran to the sidewalk and just went straight back into GTA character mode.
Driving on the wrong side of the road for over 30 minutes on surface streets alone.
Oh!
And there you see another near miss.
Oh, that was close one.
Expect to see something like this coming at you. And
those cars that are coming the other way, they don't, unless they see a night sun or they hear it, they're going to be just going through the intersection, man. When they're parked on the other side like that, it's because it's a red light.
You approach an intersection, you can't see the cross traffic that may be coming.
Absolutely. You saw that silver vehicle there. I don't know if you saw that in the intersection. but he had to slam the brakes on at the very
Nads
last second there before
087.
that vehicle entered
Welcome
the
to
intersection.
Antarctica Nation,
And
my
luckily
friend.
they saw it, but very close calls out here tonight.
This is a pretty large circle.
By
that
my
this,
judgment,
suspect
I
has
still
been
am not
making,
seeing any smoke out of the
downtown
back,
LA to,
which means we still
LA
have
Live,
rubber
on
on these
certain
tires
streets.
as
We
of this
haven't
moment.
seen him on the freeway
Believe it or
for
not.
over about a half hour now.
Spike strip's connected.
And
It's just a
it's
matter
made
of
it
today.
all the more dangerous as we see, the close calls.
He
that he's
definitely
having
ran
with
over
some
at
of his
least one of
cars,
those.
and like you mentioned, that are not expecting this at all to be coming their way. And it's frightening when
Art Vandelay,
when you're in
11 months.
driving
God
and
damn.
minding your
Appreciate
own business, and you hear all of these police cruisers.
Whoa,
and
now I'm starting to see a
at the
little
same
smoke.
time on top of helicopters.
I saw a little smoke.
Then
Maybe that was
you have
brake smoke.
an erratic driver
What was the color? It looked
making his
blue,
way.
but the night
And
sun
then you add
is
on
going to make
top of
everything
that
look
he's
blue. If it's
considered
blue
armed and
smoke, that's
dangerous.
brake pad smoke.
You just don't know what's
We're looking
gonna
for gray
happen,
smoke on the
and,
tire rub.
You see now people
Oh,
that are out of
there's
their
people
car,
in the street and this guy's just flying around with the night sun.
trying to mind their own business and getting out of the way.
Can you imagine just
But
getting
those
out of
are
your
the
Uber and
moments
there's a
that
night
really,
sun that blasts
hold
you
your
in the
breath
face?
that the suspect doesn't stop and tries to do something else, even more extreme.
One,
And,
two, three,
so if you're
four,
just
five,
watching us
six,
now and
seven,
are wondering what's
eight,
going on with
9,
this,
10
Black
red
Honda,
and blues as of this
a
very
stolen
moment,
car
all in
started
pursuit.
about,
I counted 10 before the
10:30,
camera switched there.
with the Pacific Division LAPD
Crust.
behind, and
I think that's how
two
I say your name.
passengers, foot-bailed,
Antarctica
have
passport
video
on
of
its
that.
way.
The
Still
female
going
seems
here
to be
somehow
on the loose
downtown.
still, and one, the other male passenger that was with her in custody. A third passenger foot-bailed probably right before the top of the hour and was walking casually.
Here's the
There are
replay
two
for those of you just
passengers that
joining
initially
us.
foot-bailed,
A couple of ejectocitos.
and then
One is
again,
supposedly
another passenger
still
that foot-bailed maybe
One is
about
supposedly
at the top of
still
the hours and right
not
before that.
apprehended just yet.
So he's in custody. Two in custody, one
go
on the
Knicks.
loose.
Let's go Knicks, my
and
friend.
this armed and dangerous suspect driving with, we don't know if there are any other passengers in that car left.
Yeah, we don't. Can't see. It's difficult with obviously the nighttime and not much
That was a red
in the way
light.
of street lights. It's easier to kind of get a read on a vehicle, frankly, when it's on a freeway because of the lighting. It's better lighting and it's a more static shot,
Right,
and you're able to get in tighter with the camera. And in this situation, it makes it extremely difficult. Authorities know to some degree what they're dealing with by calling the suspect armed and dangerous.
Is that confirmed that the female ejectocito caught a
carjacking that preceded this?
Somehow, fur missile?
Some way, the LAPD has determined this
Whoa,
person.
whoa, 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 we're going real
So we are
aggressive
dealing with
here
a very
down this,
difficult
whatever
and
this street
toxic
is.
situation. And
Whoa!
another
Oh!
near miss here as you see this driver is just desperate and making
Oh, wrong side of the road, almost T-boned that red Dodge Charger.
blind turns at high speed.
JD in the straight shots.
It's a matter of time
hey,
before luck runs
I
out
don't
in a
like.
situation like this.
I just realized what that name was.
That's right, Micah. We're hearing that.
Look at all these people on the rooftop, man, watching the chase. Look at the people on the rooftop.
Or they may have hit the spike strips at another location. Let me come in. Look at that passenger front. It's,
Front right is down. I knew it. Front right is down. Front right rubber's about to come off that rim. Oh, it's flapping around. If he makes a turn, that could very well come rolling off.
Right-hand turn, having some difficulty now controlling the vehicle here, westbound Pico once again.
Spike strip connected successfully.
Only a matter of time.
Got about 6 to 7 minutes on those Dodge Charger run flats.
His vehicle will come to a stop under the freeway.
Oh, no, you wouldn't dare Paul Walker challenge with 10 LAPD officers right behind him.
He's kind of fishtailing a little bit.
Yeah, we're fishtailing. Front right is definitely down. Smoke coming out of it as we're on a rim, swerving back and forth here.
This is a sign of the level of
Front right, at least the front right is down. Through an intersection. Rest solid red light.
Quickly. We don't know how
Still
many
on
tires
Pico.
are good, if there are any that are good. You just don't know. But clearly, yeah.
Look at the fishtail, man. I think the back left is down. Look how much fishtailing's going on right now. He can't drive the car straight.
Like that. We know the front.
Every time he tries to hit the gas, it's causing it to fishtail, which tells me back left is down.
This thing,
Oh, big fishtail there.
in a matter of a few short minutes. If
Back right is down. Back right is down.
Driver I mean, he's likely given it everything it has.
Front right's already down. Back right's going down now too. Smoke coming out of the back right.
This will be an opportunity for LAPD to do a pit maneuver now that the speeds are a lot.
Smoke. We got big smoke out of the right side. Probably both the front and the back. You guys ever tried and drive with two wheels in GTA? Whoa! Whoa! Oh, another spike! He tried to spike him again! Stop! Stop! He's already dead! The tire's already dead! You're gonna spike nothing.
Trying to get all the tires popped on this vehicle.
I think the lefts are okay, but the rights are down. Maybe we'll get a zoom in.
But at
Smoke.
least the speeds
Gray smoke.
have gone down considerably.
Okay, here's a look at the front right. Front right's down, back right's down too. Yep.
Shortly, we suspect. I mean, this is the end of it. But he's running on those rims, and eventually those rims are going to start sparking, and that could happen any moment now.
Yeah, the rear
rubber's still there. Not until we see the donut go rolling away.
Sure, the front right and rear right haven't been on the left side of the vehicle to see. But,
yeah, we haven't had a left-hand turn just yet, but they could be down too for all we know.
At the most, two good tires. Yeah, that looks like a Honda, Gil, and
no, it's a Dodge.
Is it a front-wheel drive? It's going to be a no-wheel drive in a minute here. This car's just not going to move.
No, this is definitely not a 5-star chase, 4-star chase.
What are the speeds now? Down to 20 miles an hour. And just so fortunate, this driver was moving so quickly.
Yeah, those 80-mile-an-hour speeds, no more, my friend. Spike strips have this down to 15 miles an hour at a crawl. That is not fast enough to really do a pit maneuver to get the engine to pit. You're going to need between 30 and 45 miles an hour to get the engine to stall.
It's just so frustrating to see it, particularly.
Otherwise, you're just spinning him.
And at night. And
I guess that could work, but
where there's a crowd of
I don't. He'll just kind of keep going. You want the engine to stall.
Game at Crypto. So LAPD biding their time here and letting this car try and work itself out here down to the rims and to where the car just won't move anymore.
And Gil, we see we've been seeing just the sheer amount, the sheer force of police that are behind him. I mean, it's like 10 cars, 10 police cruisers
fucking
at least.
armada.
It really is. It's a lot of officers for a pursuit like this. For a stolen vehicle, I thought, wow, that's very interesting. But when they said armed and dangerous,
that's very interesting.
So the
Westbrook gift.
The end, 3 of the 4 tires are popped at this point. So he's really down to.
According to Gil, there is one on the left that's down too. It looks like the front, the way this thing's wobbling around.
To make this right turn. He's been keeping this pattern here multiple times, turning on these streets.
Juice Sauce 3000.
Pretty consistent.
Welcome
with
to Antarctica Nation.
Of turning in this area.
And you see, as he turns there, going right through the stop sign, the motorist was aware.
Oh, that bump is not good for a Dodge Charger running on rims.
You had 3 passengers that foot bailed on 2 separate occasions here. 2 jumped out on the first stop, 1 jumped out on the second stop. We've been following this now for the better part of 45 minutes.
I hope for those of you that wanted to tune into the 11 o'clock news for local... Oh, nice fishtail there. White smoke, orange smoke like a drift in Mario Kart. People probably tune in at 11 o'clock trying to hear about the city council and stuff. No, you're getting police chase on every channel right now. Sorry.
Congested area in downtown Los Angeles.
Matty Squared. Welcome back, Matty Squared.
Avoided the downtown area here for the last 10 minutes or so. There's a real good look at that front right. It's nothing but rim.
That's not true. There is some rubber on there. It's just flat. It hasn't come off yet.
These things are resilient, and we've seen
fishtail is when. Think about what a fishtail does. It
on rims can continue. It's
sways. The back of the car is just swaying because it doesn't have any traction with rubber. Every time he hits the gas, it's just it's spinning in place like a hamster wheel.
At this point, you've got so much congestion in the Westlake area here, adjacent to downtown Los Angeles. That it's going to be very difficult to affect any.
White smoke does not mean Pope. White smoke means spike strip successful in this broadcast.
And wait and see what happens with this car. And eventually, it's going to either grind to a halt or slide into either another car or into a pole or into a building or into a curb. We've seen it all in Southern California. And how this one ends is the question mark at this hour.
It's interesting.
Still going. We're on 39 minutes. We're still going, people.
Whatever it is, but he keeps on.
I don't know why people keep saying it's a Honda. They don't know cars.
Continuing this pursuit. even though his, speed is now at 20 miles per hour, barely chugging along there, but still able to continue this pursuit. And you wonder what's going on inside the car there. Is he alone?
I'd love to get a look at the left side.
That's in that car.
If we have one wheel left, one wheel left, one wheel left.
Chase anymore, this pursuit anymore. And here he is. Oh, it does
look at that fishtail.
Somebody inside.
There's another person?
I can see a passenger.
There's no way. There's another person.
Black and white shirt, it looks like, possibly. And look at that tire in the back.
Oh, you can see it flapping. Back left is down. You can see it flapping out. You guys know what happens when we start flapping like that. Then it starts to friction on the frame. Then it takes out the frame. When you take out the frame, the car tilts. Then when the car tilts, it starts rubbing and that causes sparks. But that back left is most certainly down. The front left may be okay.
It looks like we confirmed that there is a passenger on board.
Wow, so there
fucking
were
clown car, man.
5 people in this compact car moving at high speeds on surface streets.
Back left, most certainly down.
Sections with reckless
that spike strip took about 7 minutes, didn't it?
Jumped out along the way here. You still have now what sounds like one passenger in the front right, and you've got, of course, the driver. So there you see on screen right the first
DLX Tiki, much
out.
appreciated. We'll remember you. Okay, 1, 2, 3. So the back seat clowns got out of the clown car, but there's one left bozo in the front seat.
Armed and dangerous, and your guess is as good as any as to how this may end. Whether it ends peacefully,
Bozo the clown
remains to be seen.
Duck Feets. Got some weird names, but you know what? You're appreciated here. Oh, wrong side of the road. Hard left turn. Going down near a Holiday Inn as you guys are getting the full tour of downtown Los Angeles. We're on Olympic and 10th Avenue. Still very much. There's a LAPD helicopter above. They traditionally fly a lot lower.
Pursued through the downtown LA area. The buildings, and as
so they could use their night sun. You could see how many cruisers are still in pursuit of this thing. They're kind of just waiting for this guy either to run out of gas, run out of tires, or set up for a pit. I bet they're going to get authorization for a pit at some point, but remember, not every LAPD officer is licensed or, not licensed is not the correct word, approved. You have to go through a test to be allowed to do pit maneuvers. You have to do training. Whoa. That was a really harsh fishtail. That it really just wants to go like this. It's pulling to the right. Authorized. Thank you. Pit certified. Thank you guys. You know my SATs were terrible.
On the right hand side are blown or gone. The front one's definitely gone. It's on a rim, but definitely having trouble trying to make those turns. And it looks like the driver really wants to hit the gas, but when he does, he fishtails.
Yeah, and he's been moving slowly at 20, 30 miles an hour for the last several minutes as the
spike strip, another spike strip in the middle of the road. Can you imagine if an LAPD officer went over the spike strip? Did you guys see it? It looked like a piece of floss.
LAPD continues in pursuit. LAPD clearly biding time as the suspects appear to be buying time. There is no way they get away from this with that vehicle in that condition. They know it. There goes another tire.
Oh, there it goes. The tire's rolling into the sidewalk. How fast is that tire going? Can you imagine getting caught with that when you're at your car, like in your trunk, taking shit out of your trunk? I think we just lost the back right. So we're on rims. You can see us fishtailing here. Back left is next to go. Once we lose the back left, we could be both on rims on a 2-wheel drive Dodge Charger, which means there's no traction whatsoever. Because even if those two fronts are down, the rims are going to have to dig in and provide the horsepower.
Depending on your parlance, for the suspect,
we're likely going to see sparks here in the near future. We'll get some July 4th.
Much longer. As LAPD's behind him, just waiting for this thing to fall apart.
Yeah, and it's falling apart for sure. You can see that back driver's side tire almost on its way out. The rubber is, rolling and
the car will start to tilt now that we're on rims, so the front or the back, wherever the tire came off of, we're going to start, every time you turn, the car frame, the axle will start digging into the asphalt. And it's just going to get worse and worse, people.
and trying to, as you said, buy some time before the inevitable.
And there we go. Oh, did I see sparks?
And the
did I see sparks?
Is going to be the rapture.
Light it up, little Roman candle.
From the, just the stolen vehicle.
Where is he? Don't tell me we're Paul Walker challenging under a bridge. Whoa! July 4th. Look at all the sparklers. Oh, we're putting on July 4th right now.
Is going to face and who knows what the
oh, we're sparking big time on the front right
as well with him. So we don't know if that passenger is there on their own will or.
Oh, he came out of there like a fucking blaze of glory.
Did see some
sparks everywhere. Oh, we're all sorts of lit up with firecrackers now.
Well, how long can it go?
How long can it go?
That is a combination of rim and frame, my friends, when you get a multicolored fireworks display like that one.
Tire come off just a little while ago. He's got one good tire, it looks like, on the front driver's side. Here he is.
More sparks.
On that asphalt.
Oh, look at all those sparks.
Where the sparks kick up there.
Oh, the smoke. Look at that. Holy shit. We're still going at 30 miles an hour. Back to smoke. Fishtailing crazy. He refuses to go down.
At what point does the driver
Katy Perry challenge.
That's the question, and how this ends, and that's what we don't know. You see debris flying off this car every couple of seconds here, and just so dangerous, and obviously very little control. When you're moving
full Katy Perry challenge
on a car that has one good wheel, it looks like
Gerardo
rubber completely on the right side. That rear left.
Welcome in.
Like there's
still some more
rubber,
sparks.
But that isn't going to last much longer either, as it continues to wobble and flop back and forth. Look at him drifting now on the opposite side of the road. And still moving.
Every turn, every time you turn, you're gonna grind. Oh no! Look at this.
Trying to.
Every turn is just gonna dig that axle and that rim
spin this car out and bring it
into the asphalt.
That's right. I think
even worse.
Some of those narrower streets, like you were mentioning before, they're just not able to do it. It's not safe. On these wider streets, they're just using patience. They know the time.
Fuck these trees, by the way.
But we did see.
Oh, look at that show! Oh my God!
I did see an officer try to put another spike strip.
Why are we trying to spike right now? There's no tires left.
That popped, but did not look like it was successful. But the driver.
Oh man, Gil, come back to us, Gil.
Going
okay,
on
good.
the same pattern, and they're just waiting for him now to come.
Also, remember the incline of the road as well. If you go on a little uphill, oh my God, it's good. Oh, look at that shit, man. Oh my God. How are we still going right now?
He goes around that turn again. He's been on this turn, on this street many times. This is Westlake. He's going to be sparking it up here on Westlake and coming back out to the major here in a moment, but
still
we'll see if
the sparks, man, they come in surges like contractions.
They may try that spike again. Here's a bunch of one unit and a tow truck there.
Look at that! Look at that! Oh, it's so many sparks.
Corral him and steer him in a particular direction to a stretch of road where they've got.
He's really picking up speed. He's 25 miles an hour right now.
He obviously couldn't, so he went straight. Maybe there's a reason.
I think that front tire is his only saving grace right now.
Yeah,
it's the only thing keeping.
He's really leaning on that one tire, isn't he?
Where we might see that spike strip, that attempt coming up at the corner. We'll see if it happens again here. If I'm not mistaken, the officer was there. Maybe he's moved. Oh, there it is. There was the spike strip right in front of him. He definitely went over it.
Oh, he just got hit with another spike.
And
the one good tire just got hit as he continues to just spray sparks everywhere. He got hit with he's already down. He got hit again with a spike strip.
Strips, I believe, already. 3 passengers that have exited the car and foot bailed. 2 that are in custody. A female passenger still on the run, as far as we know, was able to escape. Another passenger still in
back left's about to go out.
And the suspect considered armed and dangerous. This starting in West LA at about 10:30 was when we got on top of it, and now you see this last.
Oh, it's the final act. It's the final.
Let's see what happens here.
When they shoot all the fireworks up at once.
It looks like he has
the climax,
whatsoever.
and it came to a stop. Look at the smoke coming out of that car.
Car on fire. It might already. Look how much it's smoking. But it looks like
I still don't know if he has any plans to get out, but the car has given up.
But again, they're dealing with armed and dangerous
Grand finale. Thank you.
In this vehicle, they're not going to
Talk about plays a complete fireworks show there after getting hit by spike strips. He does a grand finale of a shower of sparks, and we have come to a close. What a moment. What a way to go out.
That they're going to approach this from two different angles, although that may change at this point as they have their standard package here in position as they
now what?
Commands for the suspect to get out.
Now we're in the standoff stage of the chase.
Windows down. Don't see the door opening as of yet. You can be sure the commands are being given. Is there a K9 unit on scene? We don't know at this point.
Did someone say fur?
Large LAPD presence.
Skips in the chat. Skips in the chat. I heard fur. I don't see K9 written on top of any of those, but K9
typically you wouldn't see this
would be fur missile time.
Immediately in pursuit of a suspect, but indeed there is a large presence.
How many people are left in this fucking car?
And you can see.
Who's a good boy? Good boy, Skip.
Down, the doors opening. This is how it's supposed to go up to this point.
Oh, doors ajar. We are out. Oh, God, now what? Hands are up. Wow, we might come to a peaceful resolution here. We're going to have him starfish here in a second. He's going to be Patrick Star here in about 20 seconds.
So we'll see.
Oh, good boy, Skip.
The driver is going to comply. It looks like he's going to at this point. Looks like he's had enough. They're going to move him ahead a little bit. They're directing him what to do.
Is he walking forward because they're telling him to?
Likely will lay down here on the street, and then they'll order the passenger out.
Yeah.
And hopefully
here comes Patrick Star.
There he is, laying on the ground.
Here he comes. Spread them.
Arms out. And
Patrick Star. All right, there's one. Let's get another Patrick Star going on here.
Custody. We do have another suspect though that needs to exit the car as well.
We're not code 4. Do not put code 4s in the chat. We are definitely not code 4 yet.
Passenger to come out of the car. It is a tense moment for sure, but thankfully it has come to an end here as far as the driving goes. You know, the 3 spike strips were able to finally disable this car.
Cyclone 79, much appreciated, my friend.
Passenger,
we will remember you.
Surrendering as well.
Wow. Bozo the Clown is out of the car.
There were 4 others in
Bozo the Clown backing up. Are they going to make Are they going to arrest Bozo the Clown immediately? Or are they going to make Bozo the Clown do Patrick Star too? Stay tuned to find out.
With the longer list of charges potentially, and the fun involved here in this situation, as they're moving them closer together, and they're going to be sure
doing a little Macarena.
That there's no one else in the car. As there you see the passenger moving toward.
Simon says, "Go." Oh, are they just fucking with this person? Lay on top of him. Lay on top of him. The other way. Here comes Patrick Star. Spread them out like Patrick Star. There's Patrick Star. Look at that perfect Patrick Star.
Stolen car, very, very dangerous.
2 of them. How long can you keep them on the ground for?
Yes, and it is a miracle that there were no, you know, he didn't have come into contact
doing
with
the
other
Cupid
cars, that
shuffle.
there were no collisions, and that the people were safe on the streets regardless. He didn't, you know, bump into anybody.
They've got these 2 just laying there.
And here we have the driver and his passenger on the ground there.
They'll do an asphalt angel.
Clear the car as well. And Gil, you know,
look at that grand finale replay for those of you that missed it.
Later, that this is where we're at.
Absolutely, it's a big sigh of relief. Watching that vehicle go through multiple red lights at 45, 50 miles an hour at times. I mean, and then to know that there was 5 people on board this vehicle while that was happening.
Hey, how many people are in the trunk, man?
Right. They are just seconds away from being taken into custody. We'll continue to watch this. If anything changes, we'll bring it to you. In the meantime, meteorologist Fear Jimenez with a look at your weather forecast for tonight.
No!
Oh, hello, Michael.
Are you kidding me?
Outside, we have mostly
Hold
clear
on.
skies from
We
this
don't-
vantage point from the airport.
Hold on. We don't... Are you kidding me, KTLA? We just went through all that. We're going to watch this conclusion here. You know who's got it up, right? I can give you one guess. Name's going to be Eliana Moreno.
A little swirly on me here, but let me push
Acting
it
up
down
just
so
a
that we
little
can
bit.
Of course we
Let's
got
have a lot of views tonight, Ileana.
see. Yeah. It's had to follow a lot of turns, that's for sure.
Should have gone with the
But I've
Eliana
seen
to start
the
with.
code 4 from the officers, and so what that means in police code
Okay,
is an
code 4
all
from the
clear.
officers,
So at least
trunk
the
is
vehicle
clear.
itself is all
Put your
clear,
Elianas in the
and
chat
now
while
we
you still
approach
can.
the
We have
two
about 50
individuals
officers that are
who
about to move in on the
still
two
fully
Patricks.
lying on the ground. It appears to be a man and a woman. The man was the driver, and you see these officers from the LAPD Southwest Division approaching them individually.
Look how many officers.
First
1,
taking
2,
the
3,
passenger
4,
into
5, 6,
custody.
7, 8, 9, 10,
And,
11, 12,
once they
13,
do
14,
handcuff
15,
them
16,
and walk them back to
18
the
officers.
They will do a cursory search of their person. So that what that means is they will just check to make sure that there's nothing on them that could possibly harm the officers, that is, before taking these two individuals.
You can see the camera
back to the
quality
station.
difference between
Ileana, thank you.
KTLA
Once
and
again, this started as a,
NBC. They got to get
stolen
Ileana
car
KTLA's
pursuit
equipment
with,
or
at
ABC's
least 5
equipment.
people in this car. 3 of them bailed out during the course of this chase with police through the downtown area and the Pico Union area. Came to a conclusion with the 2 people.
Code 4.
in the
Put your code
driver
4s in
and
the
another
chat if you
passenger
haven't already.
at
We are
South
officially Code
Alvarado
4.
and Olympic
2 Patrick
tonight.
Stars,
And
1
we
Bozo
are
the
going to
Clown,
take a quick break
and
we'll
2
be right
other...
back.
2 other suspects are all in custody. That chase ran 55 minutes. Wow. 55 minutes on that one, but peaceful resolution. We got a grand finale on the... Oh, you know what I forgot to put up again? Busted. There we go. I create all these graphics and I forget to put them on the screen. Busted. We are busted. Whatever. Oh, before you leave, if you haven't already followed the account, turn on your notifications in the event that you miss a future stream. That won't be the case if you do that. And that was a good one. Eventful. And we like it when everyone goes in peace. All right, my friends, thank you for the 4s. I will see you next time.